hey guys! How are you all? Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to explain Magic Emperor episode number 654, which is going to be really amazing. At the start of today's episode, we are shown the same teleportation formation, seeing which Quilung and the others are shocked and say, "So, the Double Dragon Gathering Manor is actually behind this barrier." As soon as they say this, Zhuofan takes all his companions inside that barrier. Sad. After this, the next scene shows us the Double Dragon Gathering Manor inside the barrier, where it feels like an entirely different world exists. Meanwhile, Zhuofan is analyzing this place when suddenly, a man appears before them and says, "I believe you people are from the Demon Scheming Sect, so please follow me to enter the Double Dragon Manor." Seeing that expert speaking so politely, Tugang and Quilung are quite shocked and say, "This is the first time I have seen an ethereal stage expert being so polite. An ethereal stage expert has personally come to welcome us." That man also laughs and says, "Yes, that's right, it's me, but I mostly prefer to remain polite." Then, that man very warmly shows them the place and says, "You people are our honorable guests, and we have to take good care of you, so please come this way." Venerable Yan then says to Quilung, "Looking at you, it seems like you've never stepped out of your home to see the world. This is the Double Dragon Manor, where everything runs according to strict rules. Here, even an ethereal stage expert is considered weak. And if he doesn't welcome us, then who else will? The two leaders?" Zhuofan then says, "In other words, the Double Dragon Manor focuses only on one's potential, not their current cultivation level." Hearing Zhuofan's words, Venerable Yan nods and says, "Yes, that's absolutely correct. Zhuofan, you truly are very smart. These people only look at a person's potential, so they can further enhance it and take it to greater heights. If this wasn't about finding talent, then why would they even hold the Double Dragon Gathering in the first place? So never consider yourself inferior to anyone here." And these Double Dragon Gathering experts, if placed outside, would only reach the Bone Tempering stage or Profound Heaven stage at most. If you enter this place once, your improvement speed will increase in the same way. Venerable Yan is still speaking when suddenly Zhuofan stops him and says, "That's all fine, but don't you think speaking like this in front of our host is a bit rude? Wouldn't these words hurt him?" Venerable Yan replies, "I don't think he would feel hurt at all." Hearing Venerable Yan's words, that man actually gets quite angry. In the next scene, they are taken to their accommodation for the competition. Upon arrival, that man says, "This is where you will be staying. There are 50 rooms here." He smiles warmly and says, "Please remember, in the Double Dragon Manor, enmity, fights, and brawls are strictly prohibited. If anyone is caught fighting, the consequences will be extremely dire." Venerable Yan then whispers into Zhuofan's ear, "He didn't say anything about me. I think he completely ignored my words." Saying this, Venerable Yan starts walking forward. But that man stops him and says, "Sir, I would like to correct you on one thing. The resources provided here are fixed, and when one's cultivation reaches a certain point, no amount of resources can help anymore. Haro, let me remind you that you are a venerable of your sect, which means you have also wasted your fair share of resources. Coming to the Double Dragon Gathering is not always a blessing. When one reaches their full potential, it is called potential saturation, because additional resources will only make you fatter. Just fatter, nothing else." Hearing this man take such a tone with him, Venerable Yan gets extremely furious and starts cursing, saying, "You scoundrel! Who the hell are you calling a fat pig? Come here at once, and if you have even a little bit of courage, say that again." Meanwhile, that man just laughs and walks away. After this, Zhuofan says to everyone, "Okay, first, quickly choose your rooms. After that, I will heal you so that you are fully prepared for the upcoming Double Dragon Gathering in a few days." Hearing Zhuofan's words, everyone starts dancing in joy and says, "Finally, we are going to be free from that poison. At last, we have survived this far." Hearing them celebrate so loudly, a man suddenly shouts, "Who the hell is making so much noise here? You've ruined my Master Hai Ching's mood with all this ruckus." With this, the scene shifts. showing two new figures. One of them is a tall man wearing bear-like clothes, while the other is his mustached master. The bear-clothed man laughs and says, "So, you people are from the demon scheming sect, huh?" The others turn toward him and say, "Yeah, so what? What does that have to do with you?" That man then asks, "Tell me, who is the leader?" Jufan replies, "I am the leader." Seeing Jufan, that person mocks him, saying, "What is this?" Their leader is just a cultivator of the third layer of the radiant stage, while the rest of them are cripples. Has your demon scheming sect become so weak that it sends fools like you here as talents? I already knew from the start that this time we only need to focus on the mystical heaven sect. Hearing this, and seeing that person act so dramatically, Jufan thinks to himself, where did these two idiots come from? Just then, that person steps forward, places his hand on Jufan's shoulder, and says, "Kid, do you even know why your sect sent you here? It's because you made your elites eat dust, and they had no choice but to send you. But, well, at least you have stepped out to see the world for yourself. Anyway, remember your senior brother's name. I am Hui Jiyong from the Beast Taming Sect." Hearing this, Jufan thinks to himself, "Oh, Beast Taming Sect, Hui? So this is what you meant." That person continues laughing loudly and says, "If you're only good at staring, then at least make sure to save your life and go back home immediately." Jufan replies, "So, you're thanking us for kicking our elites out and forcing us to come to the Double Dragon Gathering. Is this really what you're saying?" That person says, "What do you think? I don't care. I'm just advising you, when you step onto the stage, you should admit defeat immediately. And don't even think for a second that just because you all are crippled, I will go easy on you. Your brother here is a man of principles." Saying this, Hui Jiong walks away with his companion. After they leave, Jufan turns to his companions and says, "Well, now that those two idiots are gone, why don't we get back to business?" As soon as Jufan says this, his eyes suddenly activate his blue flames, and his aura automatically begins to release from his body. Seeing this, Jufan himself is quite shocked. Sweat starts forming on his body as nervousness overtakes him. Noticing Jufan's condition, Venerable Yan gets worried and asks, "Jufan, what's happening to you now?" Jufan replies, "I don't know. I just suddenly felt as if my heart stopped beating." Sonnet. Meanwhile, in the next scene, we see golden flames spreading violently, burning every piece of furniture in the room one by one. At the beginning of the Double Dragon Gathering arc, we were shown a man who was talking to his junior brother inside a cave. This man is also near Jufan at the Double Dragon Gathering. The senior brother asks his junior brother, "What are you doing?" His junior brother replies, "I don't know. I just have this feeling that my mortal enemy is near me." At that moment, we finally see that junior brother. As last time, he wasn't shown due to being inside the cave. From his eyes, just like Jufan, golden energy is also being released. So, you can already imagine how strong of a challenge this person is going to give Jufan in the future. And with this, our episode comes to an end. If you liked the video, please give it a like, and don't forget to comment and let me know how you found this explanation.